The video you just saw was a propaganda clip released by the Chinese military. It shows Chinese troops participating in drills. In the same video, there's a cartoon as well. Look at this carefully. The video that the Chinese have released, it shows Lai Ching-te, the president of Taiwan. Basically, the Chinese made a caricature of President Lai, showing him with pointed ears like the devil, along with a map of Taiwan. Now, moments later, Lai's image on the screen disappears. It is replaced by flying jets, warships, and Chinese troops surrounding Taiwan. This video came with an ominous warning.
Every time the Taiwan independent separatist forces provoke us, we will counteract further until the complete reunification of the motherland is achieved.
China unleashed a wave of propaganda today as its troops held a massive military drill around Taiwan. There were more than 100 warplanes, drones and choppers in the air, and over 30 warships operating around the island of Taiwan. China said its forces were positioned, and I'm quoting, around the island. They were conducting drills in at least 9 areas surrounding Taiwan, 2 on the island's east coast, 3 on the west coast, 1 in the north, and 3 near China's coastline. This area was close to the remote islands which Taipei controls. So Taiwan was practically surrounded by the Chinese military today. The PLA was, and I'm quoting, simulating an attack on Taiwan. The question is why? Why now, in fact? Why does China feel the need for the show of strength? Beijing is calling it punishment, literally. These exercises have been dubbed as punishment drills as a way to send a tough message to Taiwan.
What I can tell you is that Taiwan independence is incompatible with peace in the Taiwan Strait, and the provocations of the Taiwan independence forces will inevitably be countered.
So what is China so angry about? And why is it going after President Lai? Let me give you the context here. Last week, Taiwan observed its National Day. President Lai delivered a speech on the occasion. He launched a scathing attack on China. He said Beijing has no right to represent Taiwan.
On this land, democracy and freedom are growing and thriving. The People's Republic of China has no right to represent Taiwan.
That was a bold statement, but it wasn't unexpected. Lai was simply reiterating his stated position that Taiwan is independent. He said this before. His party too has stuck to this line. But it was perhaps his tone that upset Beijing so much. In fact, let me quote from China's statement on Taiwan's President Lai. This is what they said. This is a resolute punishment for Lai Ching-te's continuous fabrication of Taiwan independence nonsense. That's right. China called the Taiwanese president's speech nonsense, and it launched the punishment drills. Needless to say, Taiwan has condemned this, both China's drills and the statements. They've condemned both. But words, however strong, won't suffice in this case. Given China's behavior and belligerence, Taiwan must be prepared militarily. So it is reviewing its combat readiness.
We have ordered all the units of the 3 armed forces to review the appropriateness and use the intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance systems to closely monitor the developments of the Chinese Communist Party's rocket force units, in accordance with the regulations on handling emergencies during the combat readiness period and all outlying island defense areas to increase vigilance.
Taiwan's main ally, the U.S., has also taken note of the Chinese drills. Washington has termed them unwarranted, asking China to not escalate the situation and to show restraint. But Beijing has refused to dial down the tensions. In fact, it has threatened to hold more such drills in the future. We say the world should take note of this, because this exercise marks a new phase in cross-strait tensions. Earlier, Chinese actions were limited to incursions. Now the PLA is openly practicing how to take Taiwan by force, and Chinese mouthpieces are ramping up the war rhetoric. Consider what the Global Times has said. It's a Chinese mouthpiece, the Global Times. It published a critique of Lai's speech and described it, and I'm quoting, as a poison pill wrapped in cellophane. China calls President Lai a separatist. It has refused to engage with him. And now it is stepping up military pressure on him, turning the Taiwan Strait and the region into a more dangerous place.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.